Every family had one, and you were ours. The chump, the slouch, the drunk, the bum, the forever newly employed, garbage man, fry cook, orderly, delivery truck driver, and the forever newly unemployed. I didn't need that shit, you'd say. The chain-smoking fuck-up with the muscle car, an acorn brown 442 Cutlass Supreme named Michelle, the love of your life. Let's see what this baby can do, you'd say, all 6 of us cousins piled in the back, and how we screamed when you rolled down the windows and put Michelle's pedal to the metal on Route 20, how we flew past those strip joints, those 24-hour diners, those squalid motels and scrap metal yards, behind which, in a sunken valley, our neighborhood of 2-bedroom cinder-block houses sulked and cowered. The bachelor uncle with the bloodshot eyes and 5-day beard, come late to holiday dinners, rumpled shirt and jeans, breath like gasoline. Michael Timothy Beaudry. For a time, you were ours. The 70s. Nixon and Carter. Culture and counterculture. 2 roads diverged in a wood. You were 20, then 25, then 30. In all that time, it always seemed you were fresh out of boyhood. It seemed your proper life as a school teacher or a fireman, as a husband and father, as an upstanding tax-paying citizen, would begin directly. Although, what was the point? You had a bad heart, a weak valve that threatened to kill you at any moment, as it had your mother when you were only 3. Off-limits to you was a host of activities, including, conveniently, service in the armed forces, and you made a sport of engaging in them in front of your sisters. With their hands on their hips, they watched you chase us around the backyard, toss us high in the air and catch us, watched you play football with their husbands and boyfriends, watched you drink and smoke and drink. All that was wrong with you they blamed on your heart, your drinking, your drugs, your debts, and your gambling, your sleeping around. The way you take a girl out for a week or so, fuck her in Michelle's back seat and then break her heart. You'd get yours, though. Your sisters always told you, one of these days a girl would get to you and the grief of losing her would kill you. Just you wait, they said. Those 3 long-haired witches, those bitches, and how they were right. The way you could never keep an apartment for long. How you always came knocking at ungodly hours, standing on the front steps with your whole life stuffed in a duffel bag. How you went in an endless circle between Lily, Ellen, Margaret, from couch to couch to couch. All of this they blamed on that weak valve. His heart, they said, meaning much more than that, meaning you might have been better in 10,000 ways, meaning, if only. In later years, though, after you'd left home for good without word of your whereabouts, your sisters spent their holidays sitting on those mic-grooved couches, eating their slices of pie, drinking their coffee, smoking their Virginia Slims, reading aloud to each other their horoscopes from the newspaper, just as they had done every night at the dinner table as kids. Pisces, Aries, Cancer, and then for the hell of it, your Capricorn. Today you may want to take some time away from your busy work schedule to spend with your family. In later years, on every one of those dreary holiday afternoons, they sat turning you over in their minds. They craned their heads toward the window whenever a car passed, and they decided they weren't quite sure it was your heart, after all, that had ruined you. Decided you would have turned out the same regardless. In those days, they often said, "It's not like there's blood between us."